Hello, guys, and welcome to another edition of All NBA 24/7. I'm your host, Rishi Kapoor. On tonight's episode number 53, I'm going to be discussing with you guys the greatest player of all time from who was the best in the 1990s. So, you know how for the other decades, I listed, players that I thought, would be the player of the 90s. Well, I'm not even going to go there because you guys already know my answer. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the greatest player of all time. This man absolutely dominated the 90s, even while retiring twice in the 90s. He retired in 1993. Obviously after his father's death and wanting to go play baseball, he retired officially in 1999 again. After obviously, Jerry Krause absolutely just, let his ego, get out and get in the way and absolutely dismantled the Bulls. And Sending Phil Jackson away. So even while retiring twice in the 90s, I mean, this man is the greatest player of all time in the 90s. 6 NBA championships, 6 Finals MVPs. The majority of his MVPs he won in the 90s as well. Had 2 3-peats, 91, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98. I mean, this man was an absolute monster. His Chicago Bulls went 72-10 during the 95-96 season and went on to win the championship later on and went 87-13 if you combine the regular season and the playoffs together. This man just had the best decade of all time. I mean, I don't really have to talk much. I mean, this guy was just unbelievable. Michael Jordan is considered still and will always be considered, in my opinion, the greatest basketball player of all time. I mean, this guy's resume was just impeccable. All defensive first team 9 times, all NBA first team 9 times, 10 time scoring champion, 14-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star Game MVP. This man just accomplished, so many things. 10-time scoring champion. I don't know if I already said that, but 2, 3 gold medals. This man just had a resume second to none, and he absolutely dominated the 90s. I mean, and the only championships, the Houston Rockets won in 94 and 95, but that's when Jordan was out of the league. And then during 95, Jordan came back to the league and played about 17, 16 games. But obviously, he didn't have a whole season and whole training camp under his belt to, really make a run at the finals. I mean, it would have been incredible had he, won a championship during the 94-95 season, but Orlando beat the Chicago Bulls. But it would have been incredible if, yeah, Jordan coming back from baseball and playing 17 games in the season and playoffs. He was back to his old form, but, they just couldn't get it done, and Orlando did beat them. And then, Houston obviously won in 1993, 94, and 94, 95, but obviously that's when Jordan was really in the league. And then in 1990, the Detroit Pistons won, obviously. That's when Jordan couldn't get over the hump over them. And then in 1999 is the other time the San Antonio Spurs won, but Jordan was already retired. So I believe, though, if Jordan did come back, after the 97-98 season, I believe they would have won again. I believe he would have had 7 championships. I believe if he didn't retire for the first time in 1993, he would have won another championship. I feel like he would have had 8 championships. I feel like he would have won 8 out of 10 years. I mean, it's hard to imagine him winning 10 out of 10 years, but I feel like he would have won 8 out of 10 years. But still, 6 for 6, 6-0 in the NBA Finals, never forced a Game 7. Beat numerous Hall of Famers along the way in the NBA Finals, and beat 60+ win teams. Absolute powerhouses. So yeah, it's just whenever I see the 1990s decade in NBA history, I just imagine like a picture of Jordan. A picture of Jordan pops in my mind, and the Chicago Bulls were the 90s. I mean, they dominated an entire decade, won 6 out of 10 years, and that's just incredible. And obviously, they haven't won since. It's been 20 years since Jordan's last NBA championship with the Bulls, and every now and then I go back and watch the last game against Utah, Game 6, where he hit that shot over Byron Russell. Crossed him over, held the follow through. Just an incredible picture. But yeah, he is obviously. There's no debate about it. I'm not even gonna go in the comment section below and tell you guys to list any other players that you think are better. I'm just gonna, if you guys do list another player that's better in the 1990s who had a better career in the 90s than Jordan, I would be shocked, and I look forward to debating with you. Um, but yeah, Jordan is my pick. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know in the comment section below if you disagree with me or not, which I will be shocked if you do. And I look forward to reading your comments. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe on my videos, guys. I got a lot more content coming through. Preseason starts tonight, so we've got a lot more content coming through, guys. And NBA season is almost starting too. NBA season is starting as well, so very soon. So let me talk about a lot of stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.